Alright, for my presentation learning, I decided to go with the Cold War. Why I chose the Cold War? First off, I went to the Spy Museum located in Washington, D.C. The reason I chose the Cold War because it was an important time in our world history. There was a lot of new technology that came out, a lot of new inventions. So I was trying to look more into it. The Cold War is basically a competition between the United States and the Soviet Union to have the best armed forces. There was also an arms race in our space race, and I'll get to that. My experience at the Spy Museum, during my visit I learned a lot about technology during the war. For example, this umbrella right here, it's a gun disguised as an umbrella. It's actually I thought it was pretty interesting. But I also learned that there wasn't also an arms race, there was a space race. And at the time, like when I first learned it here, I didn't think it was that important. But during my visit I learned how important it was. Like Neil Armstrong going to the moon, I mean, that's big at that time. I felt like that was a good learning experience. My connections to history were the Soviet Union and the United States were in an arms race. The arms race is who can build up the best military, who can build larger numbers of weapons and superior military technology. And that happened all during the Cold War, but they never actually fought, so it's a controversy whether it's a war or not. Connection to English was last summer we read The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. It was about this boy named William. He lived in Malawi and he built a windmill out of like garbage. It's very inspirational, and like he tried to innovate, and he ended up getting power to his village. It's not a lot of people can do that. In chemistry, we had scientists who try to explain things that are around us, try to investigate and innovate. For example, Thomson, he shot a cathode ray tube to prove that the particles in the cathode ray are negatively charged. That's one of many examples that scientists try to prove things around us. My change over time. This year, I've tried to improve my skills as I went on, innovate. For example, like at the beginning of the year, we had words in their stories, vocab quizzes. I used to just like read off the paper and then just go take the test. I used to get really bad grades, but then I tried to improve and make flashcards. And then ever since, I've been getting better grades and I've never looked back. So that was a way I tried to improve my weaknesses. As I go to my junior year, I really hope I can keep the same skills that I have right now, but I also hope that I can also improve on my weaknesses next year, just like I did this year. I keep that going. And great quote I found by Albert Einstein, that man right there, was if you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got. He's basically trying to say if you always did the same old, and never tried to innovate, then you'll never get the greater, better things. And that's why innovation is a perfect example in the Cold War. Thank you.